Okay, so where's my, oh, here we go. I was having trouble with YouTube. I started a stream and then it just went out on me. But I'm working on Mike's home and it's actually going to be near my house or my tiny shack property up on the mountain, and which is kind of cool. And this was a picture that Mike sent me as a guide, and then he sent me this floor plan, and I've been working on it, and I thought I'd just share it with you. So he's got kind of like a grade like this, and we're going to confirm these grades. And you know, it's really important that you get this grade information because it will show you. If we turn off the grade, it will tell you what you have to do as far as stepping your footings down. So this part under the garage is going to have to be filled. So it will tell you how much fill, how much gravel you're going to have. And this side can be a crawl space, right? And so then it just tells you everything about your project. I mean, literally everything. So sometimes I get requests from people to help them with their drawings on their homes, and they don't have any idea what their grade is on their site. And every home should be designed based around the actual site. You should design a home excuse me, still getting over the Rona. You should never design a home and then try to plunk it down on your property. The first consideration should always be the lay of the land itself. So anyway, what was I going to work on here? I've got the two-dimensional floor plans, and I've been trying to work out this stair situation. And I think I'm going to cut myself a hole in this 2D plan. And I always pick the wrong, for some reason, there's that second floor scheme. Okay, I'm going to turn that off. Then I can't select it. Good. I have this, what I do is I have this thing where when I first work on a project, I'll put like a volume there for the second floor or for a floor system. Then I'll come back and put in the joist and all that. And sometimes it gets in the way, so I can just turn it off. But what I'm going to do is cut myself a hole. Let's see, to do that I got to get rid of these. Once I get closer to the 3D part, see, I can cut a hole in the 2D and then I can adjust it, because I haven't quite decided how close to recommend putting this stair. And I think I need to just do some more work on the walls. That might be the easiest thing to do. I'll show you Medique's. Let's see. Let me turn these 2D plans off. Oops, I need the first floor, don't I? And I'll turn off the walls on the second floor. I'll leave that stair for the fun of it. And what we'll do is I will show you. Wait a minute, I thought I had some first floor walls. I do. Wow, it's more ahead than I thought. One thing I have to do is, and I haven't done a lot of this, I'm gonna turn this grade off so I can, do this and look up. One thing I haven't done a lot of with Medique's extension is, chop walls because, or divide walls, because this part of the wall is going to have to step down. Like this whole wall right here could just be brought down. And I'm going to try to see if I can't just regenerate the wall after I. So that's 12 1/4 inches. That makes sense. That's how thick the floor system is. So I'm going to take this wall and move it down 12.25, and then I'm going to make it that much taller. And we'll see if it will regenerate. So that would be 12 would be 21, and this would be 3/8. What is that? 3/8. 3 divided by 8.375. I should on that. Okay. There we go. Oops. Now let's regenerate the wall. Looks fine. Okay, so now what we'll have to do is what is that line? What is that line right there? Oh, that's the 2D floor plan. That line is the two-dimensional floor plan. You know, I just have to pick a place to put it, and I put it right on top of the floor so that when I go to my first floor plan, oh, the grade needs to be turned off. Yeah. And then what's that up there? Grade needs to be turned off, and the pictures need to be turned off. And then I can save that. And I have one view called work, one scene, and that's just kind of like everything's turned on. So what I was explaining about the floor plans is I'll set up a view for the first floor plan like that, and then the second floor plan. Looks like I need to turn the pictures. I thought I had already done this. And the grade off. And what's this? Oh, that's the garage slab. Floor, garage slab. Then I'll just save that. Update. So I don't have a basement. Oh yeah, I do have a basement plan. And I need to turn the grade off. I must have created that grade after. Garage slab is off. And we'll leave that for okay for now. Update. We'll go back to our working view. Let's see if I have any. Hey Gary Kid. It's funny, I already had an electrician lined up. I started to ask you if you wanted to help me on the tiny shack. But the electrician that helped on that house in Dunlap was available. Let's see. Let's see. Second floor. I got too many layers here. Let's do this. Let's go to window, model info, and delete, purge unused. There we go. That'll get rid of some. Fix problems. Fix all my problems. No problems. Oh. That's a rarity. So let me turn off the second floor walls and the second floor scheme. What's that? I thought that was this. That is that. Why did that not go on? Oh. And the 2D second floor plan. There we go. Just get some stuff out of the way. Now I'm going to attempt to step this wall down. I'm going to put myself a reference line right here. Construction line. Then I'm going to go up here and see. I've never done this. Honestly, I've never divided up one of the walls from this extension. So I'm going to go to Medique Wall Tools. And I know Nathan Wilkerson, the guy who developed this, and he's an awesome guy. Wall Tools. Split wall. Select the wall. Well, that's me. Oh, it's in a group. I gotta go inside the group first. Split wall, there we go. Now I can select it. Oh, this is gonna be easier than I thought. Oh, that's awesome. Holy cow, it even puts 2 studs there. That is awesome. Because what happens is your foundation, will be down here. And then when we get, these walls will be built on top of the floor system. And this wall will be built just on top of, and I remember that was 12.25, 12.25. Okay. And then we'll raise that up. Edit wall assembly. 121.375. Update. There we go. You see, then it'll be built at the same level, the same height as these. Now, one thing I do have to figure out is how to make the siding look not weird. But I'll figure that out later. It may be that won't be that noticeable because there's a porch. And in real life, you won't see that. The siding will just be continuous. So maybe I can kind of hide it with the porch. But now, see, we've got all our walls. Let's see. This one has to be split too. So let's go over here. That's awesome. I love that feature. Because when I was drawing these walls on top of the 2D floor plan, I didn't think about, that. Dividing them. So let's see. Okay, let's go to Wall Tools, Split Wall, select the wall, find my little reference right there. It's awesome. Why do I get excited about that? Anytime something works, I get excited. 5. Edit wall. 121.375. Now, in real life, what we do to take care of this is we don't join the wall plates together like that. The whole purpose of the top plate is to give you is to lap your plates. So in other words, this plate would really be at least 4 feet. Usually we would come to at least 2 or 3 studs over it like that, right? So that is the purpose of the top plate, is to tie all of your individual walls together if you had to build them in sections. In other words, we would never build that in one big long wall anyway. It'd take 10 guys to raise it up. But we build them in sections, probably 2 sections, or in this case, these would just be built as 2 different walls. We would leave off the top plate, on a section, and then come back after the walls were stood up and nail that plate on so that it spanned that joint right there. But the neat thing about this is I can regenerate that wall and it'll just, go back. And for the model purposes, that it's no big deal. It's not going to hurt anything. And so now we've got our wall stepping down where the garage is. Let's go ahead and put this garage door in here. See if there's any other comments. Hello, Warsaw Patriot. How you doing? Let's give ourselves this door. I don't remember it being that small. 9 foot. I think this door is supposed to be 12 feet, not 9. Not 9 feet. Well, or is it? Nope, it is. This is a 1-car garage, and I can always change it. But I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be 12 feet, so I'm gonna make it. I keep going back and forth on it. Let's go to the middle. Is that right? Yeah, 4'6", 4'6", yeah. I'm just gonna put a 12-footer in there and see how much room we've got. Options is raised panel, flat panel. Well, I guess on this we'll say it's raised panel. And what else? We want to put a 2 9 3/4 or 9 1/4 LVL LSL. We want LVL right here. Update. Oh, we want to go 144 and 96. Update. What did I do? Oh, the dang. I feel like I need to explode these walls. It's kind of a pain to have to keep. The reason I put them in a group is so that I can turn them off when I need to. Like this. But it's a pain working on the individual walls when you do that, because you got to remember to double click in the group that you're working on to be able to put doors. I should have known that. So 144. We can fix this really quick. 96. LVL is 9 1/4. Yes. Panel. Date. There we go. I don't like those. I don't like these garage doors. They're ugly, but I'd almost rather just see a flat panel. All tools, opening. There's really no. Let's see what that one looks like. Yeah, I don't know. I ain't gonna mess with it. I don't like garage doors anyway. Let's see. It looks like the trim needs to be fixed because of the board and batten. So we can go back in here and the wall tools, edit opening, and then go down to our trim. And I want to keep it simple. I just want this to be 3.5, and we need to get this to 1 inch, and no header extensions. I think that's too rural looking. Update. There we go. And why is that still sticking out? I think what it is that this these batten strips are too thick. No, they're 3/4. What happened? What's going on here? Oh, I know what it is. This we need to tell this door edit opening to put the trim location. Let's put it on the cladding. That'll help. And then we don't do that, but that'll get rid of that problem where I don't have to worry about it. Yeah. So it moved it looks better now. Yeah. And so let me turn off the 2D floor plan. So you can see. Now what will happen is, what's funny is, the door will actually step down. So what will happen here is, let me get out of here, out of this group. The foundation will go back I really need to ask him. We have 3 feet over here. 2'8". I think he's going to be happier with a 12-foot, and I think the door is actually supposed to be a 12-foot door. Where's my framing? Well, I think it would be here minus 3. Oops. Because, and then this, then that garage slab will come out to there, and then the door would actually step down. And I think there's a function, get in this group again. Wall, let's see, edit wall, edit opening. I think we can vertically move it, yeah, vertical offset. I remember that was 12.25 when I lowered the wall. Let's see if that works. What did that do? Vertical offset, oh, minus. And why did the door not go down? If I move it down, will it stay there? I thought I was able to, something's funky. It's not. It wasn't supposed to go down that far. Okay. Okay, so this might be a weirdo problem. Update installed. Oh, update installed available. So I may have to call Nathan about this. What did I do? Extension. I may have to move on and just deal with this later. Let's see. Edit. Opening. Good Lord. I don't like getting stuck on these problems when I'm doing a live stream. Rough opening. Oh, let's see. Is there a rough opening offset? Let's put this back on 0. Update. And door location. I thought that would push the door down. I've done this before. Oh, right here. Duh. 12. Minus 12. Okay, it wants to go down 12. There we go. Alright, now we're cooking with gas. And that's just the 2D floor plan. No, that's the 2D wall. See, that extension creates its own two-dimensional plan, but I like my 2D plans better. Because I like to hatch I like to use, well, if I create my own 2D plans, I can create different hatches for the wall to give it a different wall type. Let's say this part of the wall is masonry and that's parts wood. You can hatch, that's a wood hatch right there. So anyway, I like being able to customize the wall types. So that's good, but I want to turn that off for now because I just want to be able to see that door. And that's accurate. That's what would be. What it would be like. That's awesome. Just takes a little work. Now, I did this in my last house where, let's turn the plan back on. Where they're going to come in from the garage and come up, and I need to draw the steps on the 2D plan. The reason we have a two-dimensional plan is because this is actually the plan that will be used in the drawings. I know it's ironic, but that's the way we do it. So, but we work out the model. The model gives us a three-dimensional aspect so we can plan better. Your Whole Foods Market order's out for delivery. All right, I got some beans and rice coming, baby. Let's see if I have any comments. Mike could help on the main house. I closed on my duplex on Friday. The rehab started Friday night. I got 90 days. Oh, 90 days rot and roaches to deal with. Oh, yeah. The roaches come out of the woodwork when you start doing renovation. They don't like you messing with them. They're little haciendas. Let's delete these guidelines. So I think what I'm going to do next is, what am I going to do next? Let's put some of these walls in here. I got to work out. One of the weird things about this is this. There's a part in here where it's open to above, and let's see what that is. I've got a schematic first for. Here we go. Yeah. And that's why I do these just volumes. Like this is going to turn into a bunch of joists. But one thing I realized right at this moment, if I turn on the first floor plan, right here, he pulled me a construction line off of this and put it right there. And that will tell me that this, I'll just show you. I'll show you. Let's put this back here. And then I can draw a line across here. And see, part of this, yeah, see, this is what's a little weird about this. This part is not actually here. What happens is this is all open to above, and I'll just kind of visually give us and I gotta adjust this. When I put this stair, when I decide exactly where the stair is going, you can see I've been playing around with this orientation of it. But it's all, and this is what the model does. You see, the model is a fancy way to get the two-dimensional floor plan correct. You can see here where I've been messing around with trying to figure out exactly where the stair goes, and the solution was to just get the 3D model going, and that will help you decide where that stair is going. And the other thing I have to deal with is there is this wall. Where's the second floor? It would be floor second scheme. Let's see, that is it. But where are the second floor walls? Okay, you see what I mean? This wall has to be divided right here. And thank Jesus that I have that functionality where I can break this wall. Split wall. Oh, I gotta select the wall first. And is that it? It looks like it. Yeah, that's it. So now this wall, and I have to decide how this front wall is going to be too. This wall, here's what's confusing about this. This wall, these walls up here could be 2x4s because they're only, 9 feet. This wall is going to have to be a 2x6 stud wall. So I don't know if I can change that now that it's edit wall assembly. Let's see, since it used to be, let's see if we can just change that one aspect of it. Yeah, awesome. Now what I'll have to do is come up with a way, if we look at the second floor plan, this is a little bit of a complex. Yeah, see, I have a place to hide that wall thickness. So this wall, this bathroom wall here will be coming across like this, and you won't notice the change in wall thickness. That's cool. All right, turn that off. So now all I have to do is move this wall down and make it really tall. So it needs to be another 10 feet, 10 feet and a quarter. No, it's going to be more than that because these are, let me get this locked. 10 feet 4. Yeah, it's going to be 4 inches thicker. 10 feet 4 3/8. So when you're building a wall like that, we're probably going to have to use those LSLs, the laminated structural, the studs that are almost like, they're not quite LVL, density, but they're manufactured, they're engineered studs that allow you to create these really tall. I mean, I've built 20-foot walls before with them, so I know this is going to work. Edit. This needs to be, what did I say, 10 feet. So that's 120. That's 129 plus 4 is 133. 233. And this is going to be let's just say 0.5 for now, and then I'll add. I'm going to add to it because I let the math get away from me. Okay, I knew that wasn't going to be perfect. I think I was only a 16th off. Is that even measurable? Yeah. So let's go out here. All right, let's take off a 16th because I'll never forgive myself If I don't, let's see. What's 9 divided, no, 7 divided by 16 is 4375. That's going to be close. I'll give up on that closeness. That's like a 32nd of an inch, man. That's close enough, okay? We're just not going to tell anybody. All right. Okay. All right. We're just for the fun of it. Four, 6, 8, 7, 5. That a baby. That's close enough. There'll be a little 1/64th bump there that we'll lose sleep over. I don't know why it's not. I don't know why it's. Oh, okay. It's because there was an optical illusion there because of the wall thickness. Okay, so I'm not gonna worry about that. Now, what I'm thinking about doing is dividing up this. Oh boy, now I gotta do. Oh, you know what I can do? I can copy that. This wall also won't have siding on it. Well, yeah, it will, partially. I think in the end, when I get really close to being done, I'm going to explode this wall and I'll delete the siding up here because there's a roof that comes up like this. See that roof? And it'll hit somewhere up here, depending on what pitch, because he wants to leave room for windows up here. And some of this stuff I have to just leave off until. Now this side, I've been trying to figure out how I'm going to hide that wall thickness. I think on this one, I'm just going to build a short 2x6 wall from here to there. See if we have any comments. Jennifer White, would it be structural stronger to run the floor truss to the other wall? We haven't really been talking about the floor system yet. Build a nuclear bunker. The floor system is going to be wood eye joist. Okay, so I don't know what you're talking about, but these are going to be wood eye joists that clear span this whole thing, except right here there'll be a post. Well, there's going to be a wall. There's going to be a wall beside the stair that will support this part of the floor that's hanging over that doesn't have any support. But these main things out here are going to be wood eye joists. This is only 23 feet. So a 16-inch, let's see, I probably have to put them on 12-inch centers. But I've built a bunch of stuff with these wood eye joists. They work pretty good. If I can select it, let's see, 16-inch. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, the 16-inch will on 16-inch centers will go, and these are different series. I wish I hadn't picked this one because I can't blow it up. Yeah, I can. So these series numbers, these are TGIs. That's a brand. That's called, it's Truss Joist Incorporated or something like that. These TGIs have the series on here is linked to the width of the top and bottom cord and the thickness of the webbing. So the bigger the number, the heavier duty you go. And I like this 230 as a kind of a medium cost. It splits the difference between cost and, deflection. Because you got this, what is it, L over 360, L over 480. And so this, you see here, if I use this 230 series, it'll go 2410. Now I could use 14 inch, but it's really, I would have to use a heavier, some of this is just experience. Like I know this 360 series and a 414 is not as common as the 230 series and a 16. They practically stock these. So when I order them, I know I'm going to get them right away. So that's a big factor, especially now with the whole Corona supply chain fiasco. So these will span 24 feet 10 inches, and I don't know if you've ever seen these wood eye joists, but they're pretty good. They're these wood eye joists, and you can use them for rafters too. So this is only 23 feet, and that's not even the actual span. Let's see, it's if you go to the outside of the sheeting, it's 23. So I have no issues here with spans. I like 4 trusses, but they're expensive, and it takes 8 weeks to get them now. Is Minecraft? This is an upgrade from Minecraft. Minecraft is child's play, okay? Don't be comparing my SketchUp work to Minecraft. I'm just kidding. So I'm going to go under here, and I'm going to, if I can get out of that floor, I'm going to create my 2x6 wall, and it's going to be an interior wall. So I'm going to put this on it. Let's see, do I have a 2x6 interior wall saved? I got a bunch of walls saved, and I can't remember what they are. And this is going to be 109.125. That's 9 foot 1 1/8. And this will be 5.5 stud thickness. And then let's just see here what we get. Now here's a cool feature that Nathan put in this. I kept fussing that I could not select my wall type. I don't know if you can see, I'm toggling through. There we go. I requested that Nathan do this for me, and he's such a nice guy. He set up this option where I can pick my wall, because I draw my walls at full thickness. The framing and the drywall on both sides. That way when a customer asks me how big is a room, I can give them the finished room dimension. But when I'm drawing these walls, it's a pain because I used to have to offset a line 1/2 inch to get it, to select it. So he came up with this option. If I toggle, it sets up, see, that's the way it used to be. And when I would draw my walls, the drywall would hang over on this side of the line. And then that's the center. And my Alt key's not working. Okay, that's the outside. And then the next one is mine. It's called ArtisanTony's adjustment. Come on, Alt key. Wow, my laptop is my Alt key. I use it so much. There we go. It's got cracker crumbs underneath it. So I'm going to move this over so I can see. So this will go to right here. And that's cool. And that should be, if I get up out of this floor, that should go right up to the bottom of that floor. And let's see. what is the height? It should be 9'1" and 1/8 to the bottom of this. How did that get there? That means this floor, I think is this floor. This floor is going to be, okay, so this floor is going to be 16 and then 1.5 inches. Yeah, that's right. So, because you have 3/4 of subfloor, and then you'll have 3/4 inch of hardwood floor. So I've got this floor, for some reason, I got this volume, this schematic floor, which will turn into a joist in a little bit. Should be moved up. And see, that's what this this model, modeling does for you. It helps you plan correctly. Bad news is, why? See if there's any other questions. Best to build a marble dome on top, 300 foot in diameter. Yes, good point. You need a bunker. Y'all are crazy. Are you going to Butler the frame with 10 inches window options on all floors? I don't know what you're talking about. What is Butler the frame with 10 inches window options on all floors, IVF plus XX? Are you speaking gibberish? Yeah, uh-oh. Let's go to our window, fix problems. Alright, I've had this problem before where when I'm working in a bunch of different layers. And how you fix this, if you're wondering, and if you're in SketchUp and you've had this happen, go and purge unused. You see all those things that just went away? Sometimes you get these layer issues, and then you can say, and see now, it says no problems found where it found them before, and then save your drawing. And that'll keep you from getting. Now the frustrating thing about this is, that means I have to raise these walls up, this wall, because it was sitting on top of the floor and now it's not. So I'm going to raise this up and then put it back down. Let's see, that should be down 3/4 of an inch though, because it doesn't sit on top of, and that may be what it was doing. Is that what I was doing? Alright, let's just do this. You see, this is also why we do 2-dimensional sections of the building. You see, we go in and we do our wood eye joist, we do our subfloor, we do our finished floor. Then up here, yeah, that's 16. Yeah, so see, 2-dimensionally, I can measure, and I know that from my bottom floor to my top floor should be 10'5" 7/8". And that's what this section is for, that kind of reference. So you see, we can't just ditch our 2-dimensional drawings forever. So what have we got here? Let's go here. And we're going to put this right here, and we're going to measure . $19.7. Oh, I didn't. I need to put one of these walls, which I know is the same height. up here somewhere. But see, it goes on the subfloor, not the finish. The finished floor will be butted into that. So now I can measure from here. Let's see. I think the difference here is I'm setting my two-dimensional floor plan on the finished floor, 19.7. No, that's what I had. I'm trying to lock that. Yeah, this wall height is right. This wall height that I just did is correct. So that means this wall needs to be raised up. Which is funny because I was playing around with this wall height earlier. And that's what I get for playing around 1 9/16. So we'll do 9 divided by 16, 5,625. Let's just do this. Let's raise it up an inch, and we'll put that at 234, and then I'll remeasure it, and then I'll put the decimal in. What? That's weird. Okay, and now what I was saying earlier is that there's going to be a wall that comes across here that hides the difference in this wall thickness, which will be handy. Boycott the halftime show. I don't even watch. I quit watching. I played football when I was younger for 6 years in junior high. Well, a little league and in junior high, and kind of got burnt out on it. And that's when I decided. When I went to high school, when I got to high school, I decided to become, go into the building trades. So I went to a vocational school half a day and high school half a day. So by the time I left high school, I knew how to build houses and started my own framing crew. Well, I kind of got burned out on football. And I've never really watched it since then. I know that's weird. Now sometimes I'll watch, Super Bowl with my, friends or whatever. Now one thing I got to decide here is this whole front wall really needs to be this tall. So what I may do is chop out. I may chop out. Divide up part of this wall. That would go I put a line right here. What happened? Oh, it's back there. I see it now. Okay. So that means, yeah, I need to cut out that wall. to there. If I do this, and I divide wall, split wall. I love that feature because now I can just split the wall right there and delete this one. Let's see. Is that? I guess I can just delete that whole thing. Yeah, and then make this one the same height as this one. $235. That seems too easy to me, but it works. So this should be $235, and it should be 5.5 studs. And I think that's all I need to change. And I gotta lower it back down. I should have picked this point. There we go. Awesome. We're getting there. We're getting there. I'm going to explode this group while I'm working on these walls. This is a pain. Reach in. I don't know why these walls or they're not overlapping properly, but I'm going to go in and do some of that detail work after I get this all figured out, because I got to split this wall. This wall. This is the one that's been throwing me off a little bit. I gotta build the 2x6 wall only comes to here. Put myself a reference right there. But how will that get hidden? Well, we gotta start somewhere. So let's do this. Let's split this wall. Let's see, I should do this. Wall, tools, split, select, and right. Can't see. There. And then, so that means this wall will be 235. $235, 5.5, 0.5, update, move down, oops. Let's see. I think part of the problem here is that that's wrong. Okay. This is actually supposed to be back here, and that's supposed to be go down. You have to kind of get it at the right angle. Oh, it needs to go even down here, but that is not lapping properly, and I'm gonna so I'll fix that, and then yeah, and then this. Let's see, what was it? Yeah, that's supposed to be sitting on the subfloor, not the finished floor, and that's what it's doing. So now you can see I'm going to have this weird thing up here. This is where your three-dimensional models really come into play. This wall is a ½ inch too long. Or is it? This is probably what is messing this up. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm going to come back and work on all these little details. Although this one's bugging me. I wonder if I regen it now. These top plates are not lapping properly, but I'm going to fix that. So the main thing here is I'm trying to get the configuration worked out, because these three walls need to be built out of 2x6 studs because they're this tall, and you don't want to build them. You don't want to stack two short walls on top of each other because it gives you a hinge condition. Laughing at your thoughts of building. Oh. Wow, I don't know. I don't keep up with all the boycotts. I'm not a cancel person. I don't boycott. If I want to buy something, I just buy it if I need it. I think all this stuff is silly. We're all too emotional about things. But anyway, that's all personal choices, and I'm not gonna judge you. Now let's see. Let's put the roof on this just for the fun of it. That would be something productive. That looks to me like that's at least a 10-12 pitch. So let's see what that looks like. Now, one thing I want to make sure before I do this is that this is 23 feet wide, because I absolutely know that is the correct dimension, and I don't want to build my roof based on, 23 feet. Cool. And it's supposed to be 36 feet. And you measure it from the sheeting line, not the 36 feet. Alright, that is correct, Bob. So I'm going to go in here with my Medique roof. It says truss, but I often thought maybe he should change this to roof, because he has rafters in here too. Now, the reason I'm thinking of rafters is because, let's see, this probably ought to be trusses now that I think about it. And we could do vaulted trusses, these scissor trusses, to give it the vault they want. So we can go from that little corner. Actually, that's a mistake. I should go from here. I'll show you where I need to go from. I'm going to start over just to make sure. Scissor trusses. We also call them vaulted trusses. From there to there, and then all the way back here. The reason you need to cut it back to the framing on the length is because the roof, that's what we do. We put the trusses even with the framing, and then we put sheeting over the truss too. So top chord is going to be a 10-12, and I think we can get by with like a we can get by with a 7 or 8 on the inside. And the bearing's 5.5. Overhang's going to be at least 16, which will be 14. I learned this the hard way. You go ahead and subtract on this truss extension. You want to subtract your subfascia, which is 1.5 inches. If you don't, it'll add the 1.5 inches to it, and you'll end up with a 17.5 inch overhang, which is not a big deal. But when you go to buy your soffit, it's only 16 inches wide. So you'll have to put a bunch of trim under there to cover the gap. Let's see. Scarf length of bottom cord is less than bearing length. Heel wedge is 30. Okay. Gable end trusses. Yes. Yes. Alright, we're just going to say yes for now. And all this stuff. And I don't want to do gutters. Let's see. Dang it. I meant to turn the gutters off. We'll do that. Boom. Yeah, I think it is a 10. I think it is a 10-12. This is why I didn't want to do gutters. But thankfully I can go in here and turn this off. No, what I'll do later on is generate the gutters and then edit them. Scarf length of bottom cord is less than bearing wall length. Heel wedge 3.5 will be inserted. Okay. I don't know. I've never seen that message before. I'm going to look at that in a second. And I think I'm going to get that message every time I have to regenerate this thing. So I'm going to put these battens on here and hope they line up. Oh God. Yeah, I'm going to have to. So, yeah, what I'm going to do is, the other thing that Nathan did for me was he added this lap siding for me in here. So I'm going to put this, because I think it will look better. Oh God. And I don't want it to be green. Oh, I know what to do. Because when I print my drawings, I just want everything to be black and white. Normally what I do is I'll pick the color and just edit it to be really light. Yeah, like that. Then I don't have to worry about it. I think I like having, I don't like the battens being everywhere. I really think this gable should be something different, like shakes or lap siding. I think it's going to be a bit much if we don't mix up that. So I'm going to leave it like that for now. And so let's investigate. Let's see if we have any more comments. Let's investigate this. Let's turn off the cladding. Let's turn off the sheeting. And let's go see what's going on with this. Why is it complaining about this scarf length? I think he's talking about this length right here, like if it was a rafter, this would be the bird's mouth. This would be the seat cut on a bird's mouth if it was. So let's go in and edit and see what the heck it's doing. Wall bearing. Okay. I think it's complaining about the pitch. Since it is a scissor truss, that's what I was saying. When they engineer these scissor trusses, there's a maximum pitch this bottom cord can be compared to the top cord pitch. In other words, you couldn't make this. The extreme would be trying to make this inner pitch the same as the outer pitch, and obviously you couldn't do that. So there's a point, where you have to stop. And I wonder if I made this inner pitch 6, if it would. Scarf length of bottom cord 2.74 is less than bearing length of wall. Heel wedge will be insert. Click OK to proceed. 2.74. Where do you get that, dude? This is... I wonder if he's talking about this cut right here. If you turn off this metal goober, roof MPC, is he talking about this? Yeah, I think he's talking about this. That's the scarf cut right there. Because this is the seat cut. That's 5.5. Anyway, not to bore you with that, but I just don't, I'm going to ask him about that because really it's kind of annoying having to get that message every time you want to. Let's go in here and edit this. I like these structural structural outlookers, yes. And the best way to do this is to do the vertical and have them drop the house line truss. Okay, so let's update that. Okay. And see what they'll do is, what you can do is have the truss company tell them you want to drop now this gable truss shouldn't be a scissor truss. The gable truss should be a regular truss that comes all the way down to the bottom, so I'll have to deal with that. But you see, if you drop this house line truss, the house line truss is the one on the end and it's non-load bearing. Well, it doesn't have to span. It's load bearing. It just doesn't have to span. It's open span like these others do. So you don't need the webbing, this particular webbing to resist those forces. So these gable studs can go all the way down. But what you can do is ask your roof truss company to drop the gable end truss and run these outlooks over the top of it, and they're cantilevering out, and they're super strong this way. If this truss comes up to here, then you either have to notch the outlookers out, and that's why they lay them flat sometimes. But that's when people order trusses and they don't think about it, that's what they get stuck with, doing that. If you'll plan ahead and do this properly, you'll run into this in your model or in your drawing. Then you'll say, oh, I need to make a note. I want to drop the gable end truss. Okay, and that just makes it so much better. And you can get by with these on 4-foot center. You don't have to put them. Where is that? They don't have to be on 2-foot center. Okay. You might, it depends on the overhang. If this was a 2-foot overhang, I would probably put them on 2 feet. I need to ask them. But since this is only 16, the plywood, the decking cantilevering will help hold that bar drafter up a little bit. So you get a double, but the more it hangs out, the closer these outlooks, these lookouts, we call them both, lookouts or outlooks. And it's just it's a function of how far the overhang's sticking out, overhanging. So, but this is all part of the discussion we shall have in our next meeting. Now, what's cool about Nathan's, let's turn all that back on. What's cool about Nathan's extension is I need to turn the cladding off, the wall cladding off, because got too many layers. Too many layers. I need to be able to see when I do this next thing, the shed roof. Yeah, I need to see where the, and this is, yeah, this wall is supposed to be back here. So I'm just gonna have to go in and take off a 1/2 inch. Yeah.
I'm leaving.
Okay.
Will you feed the dog?
Yeah.
I'll send you a text, but I've got her food pre-measured.
Okay.
All you have to do is wait it down.
Okay.
All right.
This I'll need to see. Yeah, I need to put a reference down here. Let's turn off this second floor scheme. And put a reference mark line here. So that's where my shed roof will go, and we're gonna kind of play around with the pitch here. So I'm gonna start off with like a 4. And why is this wall? See, you figure, you see all these weird things when you start turning stuff on and off. Let's see. Yeah, this wall is 1 inch too long. Yeah, it's supposed to be 35 feet 11. I mean, yeah, 35. 35. Had a baby. Alright, so that means this wall is going to be cut back at 1/2 inch. That makes sense. 18 feet. Update. There we go. That's fixed. What about this one? Yeah. But this is what's nice about the, I'm guessing this should be 40 feet 11. And it probably moved on the other end instead of this end. So I can push this back. Oops. Wrong wall. Now, there we go. And I'll check the other side. Yeah. See, this should be, this is the way we do it. This is our 2D floor plan right here. And why does that look like it's more than a, looks like it's more than a 1/2, but it's not. What we do is we set this back, and so the sheeting can be flush with the house line. You don't want it sticking over. And there. Now I can do this shed roof. And I'm going to do this part with trusses. I mean rafters. And it's going to be a shed roof. Okay, and we'll go from here, now that we've got our walls fixed, to there, to that point I put on here earlier. get to where I can see it. Right there. Alright, let's try 412. This is be 14.5. Rafter depth. I think span. Okay, we'll leave it that. We'll leave it like that for now. And these are only 9-foot walls, so we can have a 3.5 upper. This would be 0 because we don't have an upper wall. Ceiling joist, yes. Okay. 18 feet. See, that's the thing. It's only 18 feet, but I think I'm going to leave them as 2x10s. And we want to do them at 16 inches on the center. Yes. And we'll turn off the gutters for now. And we'll just leave all this other stuff for now. And why is it asking me? That didn't make any sense. So what I'm going to do is, I've had a little bit of trouble like this out of the shed before, and it's probably that, I don't know. Let me check to see. Okay. You see how it's angled? I'm supposed to pick the direction of, I was supposed to be checking, yeah, that first. And then going this way. I'm just going to say okay, except for gutters, and then I'll just want to make sure I got the configuration right. Yeah, okay. Now I can go in, and that's way too steep. So let's go. Let's see if I have any questions. It's good to take little breaks every now and then. Need to have your first floor separate for second floor for structural support. What are you talking about? Need to have your first floor separate for your second floor for structural. It sets on top of 10-inch concrete walls. This floor right here literally sits on top of two 10-inch poured concrete walls. The load bearing goes from this 10-inch concrete wall to this wall to that wall. This floor is sitting on top of this wall and that concrete wall. I have been building for 40 years, woman. What are you talking about? Need to have your first floor separate for your second floor for structural support. Okay. You're going to have to speak coherently if you want to criticize my design abilities. There is no structural problems with this design, I promise you. Edit rafter assembly. You're trying to throw me off, woman. Let's see. Where is the overhang? Okay. Left, right. Let's say this is 14.5 and 0, and see if I get lucky here. I got lucky. That's this overhang. There wouldn't be an overhang up here, but there would be down there. That's what I was fixing. And then let's go back, and I need a little more room. Let's make this a 3, which I told him it might have to be. Yeah. Because he wants room to put windows up here. And why is that eating into, oh, I see what it's doing. And I said no rafter, no bird's mouth up here, but that was on the first version. Bird's mouth, let's see, on the right would be 0, is that right? Why is that not, oh. Why is that not changing? That's weird. Let's turn off the roof cladding, and we got a bird's mouth right there. We don't need one up here. So let's make sure we're not in some weird group. Okay, edit. I would have thought that would be the bird's mouth on the right. And it's not changing. Have to look into that. Alright, so what I'm trying to do now is just get the configuration at the right, so I can deal with that kind of stuff later. And what happened to my walls? Walls, first floor. That was scary. I don't remember turning those off. I thought I had deleted them, which is a fix, but why is that not changing? This, up here what happens is, you know, you nail this band and it would be bigger than it is, but that it's shown. And then you don't have a bird's mouth up there. And I thought that's what this option is right here. You select it, edit rafter assembly. Let's just say 0 on both of them. Update. And we'll turn off the roof cladding again. And it's not changing. That's weird. I'll have to ask Nathan about that. But now I'm also seeing that this is too long. That it, oh, I see what happened. Let's see if I can change that. There may be, this needs to be 17 feet, 10.5 inches. Okay. That was weird. It goes from here. $18 feet. The Whole Foods delivered. It's funny, I got a text and Daisy started barking at the same time. So what did I do wrong? I gotta edit this. Oh, for some reason it didn't take my 10.5, 17 foot 10.5 maybe. Update. I'm probably going to put it, Daisy, Jesus. There we go. That's close enough. And I don't know why the bird's mouths won't change. I should be able to say 0 on these bird's mouth cuts, and they should go away. But neither one of them is going away. So I bet you if I redrew it, how much you want to bet? If I just drew a new one, I'll have to talk to Nathan about this. Shed roof. I just drew a little one down here, and I went down to, see it says 0, 0 on that. And then I say, okay. I think, yeah, just sometimes things get a little wacky, and you have to save your drawing, close it, and reopen it. Need to have your first, Jennifer. Need to have your first floor separate for your second floor structural support. No, you don't. No, you don't. Let's go open this file. Mike Logan. What is that 0? Home. It wanted to crash earlier, but I was able to save it. Yeah. Now, we're back open. Let's edit this. This may be just a little weird thing in the with shed roofs. I know. Yeah, and I'm gonna move on because I know that the shed roofs don't have complete functionality that some of the others do, but I do want some ceiling joists. That would be nice. Ceiling joist, yes, and they need to be 2x10s, 9.25. Update. What? Okay. All right. I'm gonna move on, but the thing is that, and I'm not gonna spend any more time on this shed roof until I get an idea of the pitch. So what I'm going to do is use this one, and I'm going to mirror it -1 just to make sure I got that part right. And I'm going to put this back, and then I'm going to show it to Mike. And the purpose of this is just to get the height of the roof right. So let's turn all of our roof cladding, our siding, wall cladding. Got some layers here that need to be moved into the wall. Needs to be moved into this wall. Then I'm going to remove the purge unused and save. Wall cladding. There we go. So we're getting closer and closer. Let's put, what time is it? 11:22. Any comments? I think I lost everybody with that whole Jennifer fiasco. I'm just kidding, Jennifer. Delete guides. So we're getting closer though to what we're trying to do here is just get our configurations proper. Now I wonder if, now this is the danger of me mirroring. If I edit this one and I tell it I want it to be a 2.5, which I wouldn't probably recommend, but let's just see if it'll, yeah, it will. Oh, but look what it did. Did it create 2 of them? Oops. That's weird. I think okay, good. So then, what that would do though is give, you want a little room, you want to have about a foot here, and then if you wanted 3-foot tall windows, it's really nice if you can keep them. Let's just put a window in there. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Window. Let's make it 36 by 36. Update. And we're going to need to make it like the header height, like 17 feet. Where is it? Okay. Alrighty. Let's do this. Let's do it in this wall, because I think I'm getting it confused over here. Let's why is that gone away? That's weird. Let's regenerate this wall just so it doesn't have to look weird. Now, because I tried to put that window in there, that was weird. I undid that, so I'm going to put this. I haven't really done this where I've used different heights of walls together that much, so I may have to get with Nathan and but I know these windows will work. Let's put 36 by 36 update, and then yeah, we'll just put one right here for now. But you can see that's going to be about the right size window, because you want some decent, you don't want this window right down on the roof. You want to have room to have flashing up here behind, behind the siding, and then have some siding, and then have the trim. You don't want this right down on the roof. So, and this is a standard height for the window. So, and I don't know why I couldn't put one of those windows. Let's see, what would it be? Let's see what the header height would be if I measured from here. I'm just going to get it close down to there. I was right the first time, 17 feet. So it should have been okay. Let's turn off the roof for a second. And what happened to my roof? What happened to my roof folder, man? Oh my gosh. Are you telling me that I didn't have anything in the... That's bizarre. I set up these folders like the way I like them, and all of this stuff, wall, all of this is supposed to be in the wall. You see, it helps you organize this. This should be in the floor. And I usually leave the stair and it picks out here. So this way, so you can I can just turn off all of the roof at the same time. What I was going to do is see if I could see what's going on when I try to add a window over here on this wall. Right here. I should be able to add a window in here. It just doesn't like. I wonder if I can add it and then change it, edit. First, before we do that, let's try to do a window up here with the head height of 17 feet. I tried that before. It's actually trying to lower it. That's weird. That's why I wanted to turn off the roofs, because I couldn't see. Oh, that says inches. Oh, okay. It goes. Some of this stuff is in inches and some of it's in feet. So 204. There we go. That's pretty close. Okay. And that's weird because there's a window. That's why I wanted to get to where I could see. Wall tools. Delete opening. I'm going to have to delete these just to get to that one. Let's measure from here. We'll see what it is from here to the floor. 17, 4 3/8. Okay. That means these windows over here. Now, that would be 208 and 208.375. This would be 36. Update. So we probably want two of them. And I'm just going to kind of put them up there like that. And where's the second floor? Where's the second floor? Yeah, we wanted to, it was going to be, oh, that's right. This has got a, let's see, wait, this goes back to regular height. Kind of complicated. 36. Update. And in this window, I didn't really get that in there where I wanted it. Well, I don't know. It's almost exactly where I wanted it. I needed to put it between the shower and the vanity. So what we were going to try to do is get 3 equal spacings. So what is this? And this is open to below. So what we might do is we would move this one maybe what could we do it like 6 inches and then find the center of those two. And I'm not going to spend too much time on this. I just want to show move opening. That like that. Whatever we do, and then we turn on the roof. See? And like that. So the other thing I can do, and this gets kind of complicated here, I can turn this wall, I can redo a wall. He has a shed. This is kind of cool. Wall. Oh wait, a gable wall. He's got a gable wall that I could have put here that would just follow this slope. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to get that slope. I'm going to get that slope on this roof right first. I actually think this works good. Because if you raise it up any more, could make it a 3. But see, it kind of gets, this gets weird because you can't make batten strips that small. So what you end up doing is trying to, make this bottom piece of trim wider, and it sits on the roof, and it gets kind of weird. Just, you really want to have some room under your windows. It just looks better. If you can get it sort of, where if this had a soffit on it, where it was between, same space below the soffit as here, it just looks better. It looks planned, more coordinated. And these shed roofs don't like being copied and mirrored. I just found that out. But for the sake of when I get all that information, let's see, let's turn the roof. Cladding off, oops, for a second, and I'm going to move this over. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Cladding. Any questions? Hi, Tony from UK. That's a great plug-in you're using. Saves a lot of time. Yeah, it does. You have to be careful though, because you can go down rabbit holes, and and yeah, I'm trying to learn to use it efficiently. And the thing is, even Nathaniel P. Wilkerson is his name. I call him Nathan. The guy who developed it, even he admits, at some point it's easier just to, like on this bird's mouth thing I was having trouble with on these shed roofs. At some point, what I'll do is, let me turn the roof. I don't need this bird's mouth up here, and that band should be wider. So what I would do is I would explode it and just go in. Pick out that point, and then I think I grabbed it, and then just move it. Oops. I must have grabbed more than what I meant to. I meant to just grab, I meant to just grab that line, and I could pull it down. See? So at some point, instead of me sitting there playing with it for, 30 minutes trying to figure out why the bird's mouth wasn't going away up there, then I'll just wait till the end, and when I know, right before I ship the model to the owner, and see their components. So you see, I fixed that side, and this side fixed itself. So now the problem is, and the reason you shouldn't do that till the very end, is because if I regenerate this, everything's going to go back to the way it was. You see, like say the customer says, oh, I want to change this pitch to 3, and I don't care how much space is, then I have to regenerate it, and then I would have to do that. The other thing I want to do is these outlooks don't need to be this close together. Nobody's going to, it would be nice if somebody would do that. But you're going to be lucky if you get them on 48-inch centers. Yeah. Because the reason is because, and what we do, they're structural too. They're not just blocks. We run them back to, we have to change that. Okay, what does that mean? I forgot. There's a thing. I should have read that. I'm going to require custom run gable end rafters. Okay, gable end rafters. Gable end rafters. Gable overhang. Gable. I know it's always right in front of me. For some reason, I can never find this. And this is the kind of rabbit hole I was talking about right here. Sometimes you can literally draw these things faster than you mess with them. And that message you get is he calls it gable end rafter in the note, but then okay, alrighty, okay. Oh, here we go. There we go. Alright. Now what we do is we notch out, let's see, the gable end rafter should be 9.25. Should be the same. There we go. Okay, so we notch out this gable, the house, I call it the house line rafter because it's on the house line, but some people call it gable end rafter, whatever. And we notch it so that these outlooks are flush with the top of it. And they go over here, and I don't know why it's sticking back that far, because it really just butts in. You face nail it. Again, this is one of those things. It just goes to here. And what happens is your decking, after you nail your decking on top of this, it doesn't allow this to sag. Right? That's what its function is. And the studs that are on this end holding up that house line rafter is what helps you, gives you the ability to notch it out, because it's not a rafter anymore at that point. It's just it's a rafter above the wall, and so it's not carrying a load anymore. You don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about notching it out at that point, because you certainly wouldn't want to notch out a rafter. And that's why we don't notch this one. We just butt it into it, and the action of putting the decking on top of this keeps this from, wanting to lean down. Kind of sandwiches it all. And then, since I made that change, I would go in, pick out one of these, and take that bird's mouth out up here, because we don't want, oops. We don't want that. The other thing is we would make this band it would be at least that wide. How wide is it? We would use the next size. Yeah, well, we might rip the board down. I don't know. They would use another, a next size board, like a 2x12. I'm not gonna spend any more time on that, because if I have to regenerate this because I have to change the pitch or something, then I'll have to redo all those changes. But let's see, let's turn the roof cladding back on. What time is it? How long have I been going? I've been going a long time. Hour, almost 2 hours. So what we will do is, I do want to put this porch roof on just right quick. And so let's put ourselves just a simple set of columns out here. I think we will use 8x8s. So 7.5 by 7.5. And I usually make those 7 feet tall at least. But I'll make them a component so I can change them. Let's see. 3. Let's see, divided by 3. Let's see, 4. I should have said 3. When you copy something in SketchUp, you can do this divided by 3, and it will copy. Yeah, that's right. 1, 2, 3. I always get the number of posts confused with the number of divisions. So you can copy that post and then copy 3 of them, make 3 of them divided into, really it's fourths. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I guess it is thirds. Anyway, and then we would have a beam that's at least 12 inches tall. Now I can turn off my cladding. Not that. Yeah, let's turn the roof cladding off for a second. I wanted to turn the wall cladding off. And we will be able to see, let's put ourselves a reference here for where that hits over here and also here. And we'll do ourselves another shed roof. From there, let's see, I gotta remember, this goes, now see, it wanted to turn around when I did that. So what I need to do is go down here. go this way first. And then go down here. No gutters, okay. Okay, dang it, why did it do that? It's kind of annoying. And this is the rabbit hole I was talking about earlier. I can draw this, I can draw a rafter and make it a component. And what it wants me to do is this gable end. I don't know why, it's kind of annoying. I'm probably gonna have to change this to non-structural until, yeah, there we go, until I get it to where I want it. Now these rafters don't have to be, they don't need to be big old 2x8s or 2x10s. So let's go in here, we'll change that to 7.25. Really you can get by with 2x6s, but I'm gonna show it like this. And update that. And so what was the pitch? Let's do the pitch a little steeper. Let's do a 4. Okay, what we don't want it to do, and that's what I'm trying to do, is interfere with these side pitches. Let's go over here and look at this. This is weird because they have this little wimpy overhang on this, which I think is, well, I guess it's okay. But they've got these little. The reason I like overhangs over here is because you really need to protect your windows and siding as much as you can. And what they've done is they've added this little roof over the garage, and that kind of makes sense. And maybe that's what we'll show. But I have done it like this before. I do like the little roofs over the garage doors because it helps protect your garage door. Let's see, wall cladding and roof cladding. And see, that's the other thing. I can't. Let's see, yeah, I exploded this one. That was a mistake. So this one, now if I wanted to change, I could change this to, let's see, 0 and let's see, 0, update, yeah. And then put those little roofs over. I think what I'm going to do is go over that in the next meeting. I think I'm at a point to where I need to clarify some of this stuff. Just to kind of get the look they want. And go from there. So I've been going over 2 hours. Let's see if there's any. Is the house in heavy snow? No. But even if it was, this roof would hold probably 60 pounds. 60 pound snow load. In Tennessee, we're at 20. Jennifer, you doubt me. What is up? What is up, Jennifer? Don't doubt the artisan. Okay. I earned the name ArtisanTony. I did not make it up. So what we're going to do, I think this message that I keep getting here is this tag and layer issues, because I've noticed that when I go over here and get rid of I purge unused, and then I say fix problems, yeah, it says no problems. But for some reason, I have kind of created a little bug in my drawing, and it kind of worries me a little bit, but I'm not that worried about it. But what I will have to do is, I should have never exploded this roof, because now I'm going to have to go pick out all those little things and delete all of them. But what I'll do is I'll meet with the customer. We'll get all this. The main thing I'm doing right now is trying to get the configuration. Once I get the configuration the way they want it, then I can go in and detail all that stuff. We're talking about big picture stuff now. Overall shape, slope, spacing here, overhangs, that's big picture stuff. Then when you get that, you can move into more detail. Let's delete these guys. And then after all that, I'll start putting the windows and doors in. The only reason I put these in was to show the space that we would have around them once this roof is up. Alright, well, I'm going to cut it here. And thanks for everybody watching. Thanks for your questions, Jennifer. I'm just kind of kidding around. That's why I do this live, so I can interact with people. It's a little bit boring, not having anybody to talk to when you're drawing. So anyway, I will see you guys next time, and thanks for watching.